This is Joshua Farnsworth. Welcome to my traditional woodworking school. In this video, Will Myers will show this simple method for making hand-cut dovetails using a few woodworking hand tools. He shows this method while making his reproduction shaker wall clock.
Okay, the next step on the Isaac Young's clock here is to mount the works. And I've kind of got, this is where we deviate from the original a little bit. But also get to show you some kind of quick and dirty dovetails too. So chance to do a few of those. You got to have a few dovetails in projects, you know. So his clocks, you know, as we talked about earlier, had a mechanical movements that he made, and they were mounted to the backboard. In fact, the backboard was part of the movement. But of course, I'm using a modern quartz drive, and depending on the type of works you have or want to use, you know, this could be, you know, variable. You can change it to fit whatever you've got. So what I've done to mount the works is make this little, just kind of a little 3/4 of a box here. We've got a couple sides, a top, and here's our board to mount the paper face on. His clocks originally had a metal face, but hand painted, of course. But anyway, and you also see a couple of little notches right down here on the bottom, and that slides our little center divider. Those slide down behind it. And the reason I don't do anything to mount this in there other than gravity, and it, you know, the little notches keep it from sliding out. I haven't found you need anything else. So, and it makes it easier if you need to change the battery or access the works. You know, take the pendulum out like I just did, and you tilt it out, and you know, no trying to reach up behind, because this clock is so thin with the works this size, you couldn't reach up behind. There's not enough room. So enough about that. Let's cut some quick dovetails here. I'll set this out of the way, and we'll keep this piece over here to look at. So to start, I've just got my 3 pieces. Here's my 2 sides and my top. And I want to just do a couple of quick dovetails on each side. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start out, I'm going to set my cutting gauge here. And my cutting gauge has a little knife blade in it, right? Same one we've used. And I'm going to set it where it's just at the thickness, or a little bit more maybe, of the stock I'm using here. So we're just a little bit over. And so what I'm going to do now, these are all pretty decent pieces, so I'm not too worried about which is up and down. I'm just going to come around each end and knife a little line in here, come across the ends on this will be the tails. Here again, same thing. And this is a baseline. This is really all the layout we're going to do. Kind of Frank Klaus style. We're just going to cut them. Except I'm going to do tails first, and I think he's a pins first guy. So.
Hey, I hope you're enjoying watching our video so far, and I just want to take a few seconds to let you know about our traditional woodworking store, which you can visit while taking a class or by visiting our website at woodandshop.com/store. You'll find our amazing products to help you grow in traditional hand tool woodworking, including in-person and video woodworking classes, woodworking hand tools and workbenches, woodworking plans, traditional wood finishes, shirts and hats, and cool hand tool woodworking gifts for you or your loved ones. Okay, back to the show.
And now this is the pin board, and you notice I'm just going across the 2 faces. You don't have to do the ends. So now I've got, that's the baseline for my dovetail. So like I said, I'm going to do tails first. I'm going to do tails on the 2 long kind of side pieces here, and I'm going to clamp these together, and I'm going to gang saw them. I'm going to saw the tails on both of them at the same time. So just be sure they're lined up and they're even. And so I'm going to start right here just on the outsides first. So I'm going to come in a little bit, I don't know how much. And the main thing is to try to stay square across in this direction right here. You don't want to get to doing this right here. That's where you run into problems. So just, and I'm just kind of guessing at an angle. I'm not too worried about it. And you could nail these three pieces together. Most of this is pretty well unseen. So now I'm going to kind of eyeball what looks like the middle there. And now I'm going to go either side of that middle. I think I left too much middle, but that's okay. I'm sure nobody will ever see this, so it... Okay, so there we go. We've got dovetails already. It didn't take long. I'm going to turn these up on edge, and I'm just going to I'm going to saw just shy of the baseline. I usually finish up with a chisel. Okay. So now I'm going to slide my bench hook down here and find my mallet wherever it went. And now just come back, and I've got a couple of chisels. This one's a 3/8. I'm going to deal with this little bit of waste between the tails here first. You notice I'm chopping out first up, into the waste. Then I'm going to drop back here to my baseline and go about halfway from either side. And then on these end ones, I'm going to just chop them. This is some really fast grown white pine, so it is really soft. So here again, just out, and you see that my waist is already loose. Now I'm going to drop down to the baseline and go halfway again. And I'm already pretty much through right there. So I can break that out. Well, they were supposed to be fast if I could get the waste out of there. And so here on the ends, I'm going to finish up and just pare down. By hand. And see, on this side, I'm just trying to break out a little bit. This wood is really soft right there. So, okay. Same thing on this side. Just go ahead and do them both while we're down here. Come back to the baseline on the second one. The reason we don't start in the baseline is it can, with that waste out there, it can push the chisel back past the baseline. So we want to get some of that out of the way before we go to our final dimension here. Okay, so we get that shrapnel out there, and I've got just a little bit in that corner. So now we want to finish up these ends here. Some folks saw right to the baseline on these ends, and I don't know, I just usually chisel. I get a little more accuracy that way, but either way, I guess is right or acceptable. Okay, so there's our tails. So now I'm going to we're going to do the pins here real quick. And I'm just going to transfer from my tails that I just made to the pin board. And I'm going to use what I'm doing here, and I don't know if you can see it from that angle, but I'm lining my shoulder down here at my baseline up just with the inside of that pin board. And then I'm going to use a hopefully very sharp pencil, and just trace around these. These are, like I said, kind of just really quick. Okay, so I'm going to put an X on the waist there just to be sure. So now I can saw these real quick. And I want my saw, of course, on when I get done, the pencil line should still be there. Just saw straight down. Okay, so back to the bench hook. We're going to chop this little bit of waste out real quickly. Same as the other, make first cut out in the waist there, make a little relief area for the chisel for the waist below it to move up into, really. I went straight to the baseline here because I was about through from the other side. The nice thing about dovetailing softwood is that you've got a little bit of compression. You can cut the joints just slightly oversized, and then when you assemble, the wood will compress if it's a little too tight. So, sure you don't have any junk in the way there. I've got a little bit of an angle right there. It doesn't need to be there. These need to be, the pins need to be straight as possible. Okay, so let's see which one. There's the one I laid out from. So now, just clamp this up in the vise here. So that way I can get one of my hands out of the way a little bit. So we're just going to start these down on there. I'm just using hand pressure. I may have got those a little bit too tight, but it's going to work. So there we go, kind of quick and this is an unseen joint. So kind of show you what we could take of course we need to glue this before we normally do this, but make it look a little better here so you can kind of see what we've got. Nice thing about dovetailing softwood, usually more impressive than the hardwood. It's just hard to get any, you have to be super accurate on the harder the wood. So there you go. Now you can see what we've got. That looks a little better. So kind of quick and dirty dovetails. And so with that complete, I'll go ahead and finish up the pins on the other side. And I've got to cut 2 little notches in the bottom that fit in behind my cross piece between the doors that supports this. So with that, then we'll be ready to put the face on it.
If you're interested in learning traditional woodworking, come take a class at our school in Earlysville, Virginia. You can also visit our website at woodandshop.com, where you'll find a bunch of free woodworking lessons, workshop tours, and our very popular tool buying guides. And make sure you subscribe to our free newsletter to get our latest articles and videos. Enjoy!